Hello, welcome to Empower Her Daily, your 3 to 4 minute daily boost for women over 30 to feel strong, capable, confident, and proud. Over the last few episodes, we've been talking about how your energy changes across the months, all linked to your menstrual cycle. Today, we're talking about something almost every woman will recognize: PMS, cravings, and mood changes. This is the part of the cycle where so many women feel like they've suddenly lost control, especially around food, motivations, and emotions. So, when does this happen? PMS usually happens in the final few days before your period starts, so the end of the luteal phase. And this is the point where your hormone levels are dropping quite quickly, especially estrogen and progesterone. And we know that they can affect things like mood, focus, appetite, and energy. There is also a link to brain chemistry here. So lower estrogen can affect serotonin, which is the chemical linked to mood, motivation, and emotional stability. So if you've ever noticed that you felt more sensitive, more tired, more easily overwhelmed in the days before your period, it's not random. There is a real biological reason behind it. So next we're going to ask why cravings happen. During this phase, your body is working harder in the background. Hormone changes can affect appetite, energy levels, and even the way your brain responds to food. So instead of thinking of cravings as something you need to fight, it can help to think of them as something you just need to manage a little more gently. I think this is one of the biggest mindset shifts for a lot of women, myself included. Realizing that cravings and mood changes aren't just a lack of willpower. Personally, I've definitely had weeks where I suddenly feel hungrier, more tired, and a bit more emotional than usual. And for a long time, I just thought that meant I was just being inconsistent or not disciplined enough. But once I understood what was happening in my body, it became so much easier to manage. Some research suggests that you need a little bit more energy in the days before your period. So we're talking 150 to 200 extra calories during those days, which helps explain why hunger feels stronger during this phase. And when you look at it that way, it doesn't feel like you're losing control. It just feels like your body is asking for a little bit extra support. So here are some practical tips. Now, this doesn't mean we need to change everything. Just making some small adjustments can make a big difference. So try not to skip meals earlier in the day, because that can make cravings stronger later on. Focus on meals that keep you full. Things like protein, fiber, and balanced meals. If cravings happen, don't panic. 1 or 2 days of eating differently won't undo your progress. For me, I am now aware that my appetite may be a bit higher and my energy levels a little bit lower. So I'll usually just eat a bit more of the good stuff, maybe a slightly bigger portion of lunch or an extra snack. And honestly, just knowing that my body needs it takes away a lot of the guilt and frustration. The most important thing to remember is that cravings are not weakness. Mood changes aren't random, and feeling different from one week to the next doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's simply your body moving naturally through a cycle every single month. And hopefully, this understanding, it can become easier to stay consistent without feeling like you're constantly starting again. So to recap, over our mini-series, the last 5 episodes, I haven't tried to make your cycle complicated. I've just tried to make it make sense. Because when you understand your body, it becomes easier to work with. And that's where real confidence comes from. Not pushing harder, but understanding yourself better. So if there's anything you still want us to cover or any insight you want to share with us, please drop us a message below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast. Thank you for listening to Empower Her Daily. This is your journey, your pace, your strength. See you next time.